we'll just see though. I got to go back and talk with the team and see what makes the most sense. That's really all it boils down to. I'm very disciplined in the sport of boxing, um, and life in general. It's getting to that point, but if it makes sense. It makes sense. The numbers, I know when the numbers come out, the numbers did very well. Gate did very well. I proved that I'm a draw in the sport of boxing. I proved that the people want to see me. They come out, they support.
The same thing we talked about we were going to do in the DM before you picked Jermaine. Promise? Remember,
You promised. You the promoter.
Well, I got you. In the DMs, I got your word on it. All right, just stand on it. Say, look, handle that business, okay?
I don't know. I mean, that's a season. I just seen something the other day. Keyshawn was saying that, like, you know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he knew he wasn't ready. You know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he was 5-0, knowing he wasn't ready. So, that season just...
Boom, the temperature just hit boiling point in the lightweight world, and Devin Haney isn't whispering anymore. He's calling Keshan Davis out loud and clear. Send the contract. Haney fires a warning that once the deal's signed, he'll systematically break Davis down round by round, piece by piece. This isn't hype talk. It's a calculated threat from a technician who dissects opponents with precision, patience, and punishment. Haney believes Davis has speed and flash, but not the ring IQ to survive his pressure timing and championship composure under the brightest lights. On fight night, he promises domination, damage, and a statement made.
Around Shakur as an amateur and shit. So Shakur introduced me to Floyd, Devin Haney, all that type of shit. So there's a hell of times I'm around Devin Haney and we 24 fitness playing basketball regular before niggas became celebrities type shit. Or just who we are today. And it just never showed, nigga never even looked me in my eyes. It never showed me respect. Like, nigga never, Shakur always like, yo, this nigga Keyshawn, this, that, third. He be like, for real? That nigga still a kid. And like, he just never gave me respect.
He sent you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nigga, you know goddamn well, now I'm here, nigga. And everything Shakur been saying, nigga, I lived up to it and then some. What you talking about? And he's still, like, his father used to, it's crazy because my beginning of my professional career, his father used to be like, oh, shit, businessman. What's up with you?
Keshan Davis and Devin Haney's rivalry didn't spark overnight. It's been simmering for years, built on pride, ego, and the hunger to prove who really runs the division. From amateur whispers to pro-level tension, every interview, stare-down, and subtle jab added fuel to the fire. Both men carry supreme confidence, undefeated mindsets, and a refusal to back down an inch. Respect exists, but it's buried under competitive fire. They don't just want to win, they want to outclass, outshine, and mentally break the other on boxing's biggest stage possible.
The guy with steroids and it changed his whole career. It changed how he talked, it changed everything. So us seeing Devin Haney doing all of this with a person that had 0.1 estrogen, and we all seen that Ryan Garcia was still in there getting tired. It's like, bro, I'm sorry, there's no other word to put this. You're a bitch. Excuse my language. That's how I feel. You're soft. You do not take your L's. You a person that been given everything all your life, a daddy's boy, making sure you've been straight all your life, and now you took your first loss. I feel like you don't even know how to take it. Granted, I wasn't in there fighting Ryan Garcia, but you asked me how I feel. You just took it all the way to suing and all that extra. I feel like, bro, you soft. Bro.
Keshan Davis revealed that facing an opponent he believed was using performance enhancers completely shifted his mindset, forcing him to grow mentally tougher and more focused than ever before. That experience, he says, showed him the harsh realities of the sport and separated real fighters from those he views as mentally fragile. Davis used that moment to take a shot at Devin Haney, claiming Haney hasn't faced true adversity and folds under real pressure. In Davis's eyes, comfort builds habits, but struggle builds warriors ready for elite-level battles.
Keshan Davis goes out and dominates Ortiz, beats him pillar to post, and knocks him out in the 12th round. 11th round body shot put him down. 12th round body shot took him out. I was really impressed with Keyshawn that night. How about you?
Yeah, no, I was impressed because Ortiz was a handful. And I think that's the best I've seen Ortiz fight. We know that he's a championship spoiler, right? If you're not careful with guys like Ortiz, they can win quiet rounds, and next thing you know, you're in trouble in the later part of the rounds. This fight could have turned out that way, but Keyshawn never allowed Ortiz to play the spoiler, and he closed the show. If Keyshawn wouldn't have got that knockout in the end, then I probably would have picked apart that performance a little bit and been like, you know what, man, Keyshawn wasn't at his absolute best. He could have done this. He put it in another gear. It was a big moment, a big stage, but he closed the show, and he never let the spoiler play his.
Keshan Davis has been on a serious rise, delivering sharp performances that show a fighter stepping into his prime. His win over Jermaine Ortiz wasn't just a victory. It was a statement, showcasing control, discipline, and the confidence of someone ready for bigger nights. Now his focus locks on Devin Haney, a matchup he believes defines his next level. Davis isn't chasing attention. He wants a legacy, and he's convinced his speed, timing, and hunger can shake up the division when they finally meet under bright lights soon and prove supremacy.
This, right? It's kind of, I'm not going to say it's kind of unfair.
What you mean?
It's unfair for these fighters to the point where that's really my brother, and we could really help each other and prepare for these fights. So when he going out there, right?
Shakur Stevenson didn't hold back when speaking on Keshan Davis, making it clear that the level he sees in the gym is something special. Stevenson explained that he shared rounds, prepared his own brother, and worked with numerous high-level fighters, yet few bring the blend of sharp instincts, speed, and ring intelligence that Davis shows consistently. According to Shakur, Keshan adapts fast, stays composed under pressure, and learns in real time, which separates good fighters from elite ones. That kind of growth, he believes, is why Davis is built for championship nights and the toughest tests ahead in the future.
Not for me, so it is what it is. I mean, I gotta see everybody above me. You know what I mean? If you're not above me, I ain't worrying about you. If you got one of them belts, I'm on that ass. Man.
Do you like to hear that? Like hearing more guys at 140 or the big name jump into your division?
Yeah. Big name. I thought you were about to say just, I don't want just anybody just moving up to 47. You know, just to get crowded, but the bigger names ain't doing nothing but making more opportunity. You know, they're gonna be everybody's scanning each other. And them coming up, they're gonna have to be looking for somebody that's above them. You know what I mean? Show them this. I'm ready to get going.
In your opinion, who wins that fight for their occur?
Out of who?
Devin and Keyshawn.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Keyshawn was saying it like, you know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he knew he wasn't even ready. You know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he was 5-0, knowing he wasn't ready. So that season just, they play a part. You know what I mean? But they both in the game about the same time, man. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight for sure.
Do you think the weight is gonna play a role?
I honestly thought Devin and Shakur would end up fighting first. Yeah,
Should be too.
I thought they would end up fighting first, but you know what I mean?
Tomir Smalls weighed in on the rising tension between Devin Haney and Keshan Davis, stressing that timing is everything in boxing and talent alone isn't enough. He pointed back to when Keshan was calling Devin out early, around 5 fights into his pro run, saying hunger was there but seasoning still mattered. To Smalls, growth, rounds, and experience shape how a fighter handles elite pressure. Still, he noted both men came up in the same era, building reputations side by side, which makes their collision feel natural and overdue. He expects a high-level chess match with pride on the line. Smalls also wondered if weight and physical maturity could tilt the battle, admitting he once thought Haney would meet Shakur first. Regardless, he sees this showdown as inevitable, explosive, and exactly the kind of fight hardcore fans crave when the lights are brightest and the stakes feel real that night ahead.
Good game plan, Jermaine Ortiz, and he's just not that guy. He's come up short now 3 times on the biggest stage possible. No shame losing to Loma, Lopez, and Keyshawn, but when you're getting knocked out in the last round, that's when you start questioning your stance in the top of the game. But that's credit Keyshawn, man. He closed the show and he looked incredible.
I thought Keyshawn was really good. He obviously filled out the weight really well. He is a strong 140-pounder. Body work has become his MO. You go back to the Dennis Baranchik fight, knocked down Baranchik, kind of went the same way. Knocked down Baranchik in the 3rd round with a body shot, knocked him out in the 4th round. This time was the 11th and the 12th round for Jermaine Ortiz. I would disagree with you that I didn't like Ortiz's game plan. I thought he should have moved a lot more.
From the opening bell, Davis imposed his will, dictating tempo and distance while Ortiz struggled to find breathing room. Every round told the same story: sharp control, smart pressure, and a fighter thinking 2 steps ahead. Davis layered his attack with purpose, stabbing jabs downstairs, ripping hooks, sneaking uppercuts through the guard, and then finishing exchanges with crisp combinations. Ortiz never settled, constantly reacting instead of creating. The damage piled up, especially to the body, and by the championship rounds the effect was obvious. Then came the finish, a brutal sequence of bodywork that folded Ortiz in the 12th. It wasn't just a win, it was a message to the division. Davis can dominate, break opponents mentally, and close shows on the biggest nights under pressure.
Keyshawn Davis brothers, and Devin the Dream Haney. I believe in the 147-pound division that a Keyshawn Davis versus Devin Haney will be just as interesting, just as lucrative than any of those fights that we mentioned. A potential fight with Rolly Romero, potential fight with Devin Haney and Crocker. I think Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney would be a way better fight than that. Mario Barrios, I think that Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney promo will be way better than Mario Barrios and Devin Haney. And of course, those are unification bouts, but we also in the landscape of boxing in which belts don't matter as much. It don't matter as much. It matters, but it don't matter as much. Keyshawn Davis was already a champion in the 135-pound division, and where he performed very, very well.
Greg Hackett broke down Keshan Davis's masterclass against Jermaine Ortiz, highlighting how relentless pressure, sharp timing, and smart mix-ups dismantled Ortiz from start to finish. Davis kept the jab to the body, hooks, uppercuts, and combinations flowing while never letting Ortiz settle into his rhythm. Even coming off a layoff and moving up in division, his timing stayed razor-sharp, and he pressed for the stoppage in the later rounds, proving his hunger and killer mentality. Hackett emphasized that this performance showcased Davis as a next-level fighter, fully ready for elite challenges. If you want to catch every explosive moment of Keshan Davis's rise and the potential clash with Devin Haney, subscribe now, hit that like button, and share this video with every fight fan you know. You won't want to miss what's coming next.